Hello guys. What's up? It's been a long time since I've filmed a video, period. And this video is gonna be a complete 180 from the content that I was uploading. It happens, people change. The last video I filmed was the last video I uploaded. Okay, that's okay. But today we are going to, before I get on with the video, hi, my name's Liam. If you don't know who I am, subscribe. I'm trying to get back into YouTube. I'm trying to make this somewhat a career. Don't think it's gonna happen. I've been on YouTube literally since 2015, so when I was 12. If you want to subscribe. Oh yeah, so today's video is going to be, oh my god, I should turn down. I'm watching Gilmore Girls because my mom loves it, and it just gives me that serotonin boost, and it gives me that comfort. I'm getting hot. And then I'm gonna get puffy, hot and puffy. Today's video is gonna be a monthly reading wrap up. If you told me at the beginning of this year, yeah, Liam, you're gonna be doing a monthly reading wrap up towards the end of the year, I would have been what? I don't know. I don't read. I was having a time in 6th grade that I dissociated, and I was at the library a lot, but I was just worried about getting bullied at the cafeteria, so I just needed to hide in the library, so I just a lot of the books that I was reading during that time, I don't remember, or I just block out. So I read 6 books. I'm gonna get more hot and sweaty. You can see the fan behind me. It's blasting because it is. Oh, I'm just hot. I can't read those booktubers, the popular booktubers Destiny Sidwell and Sarah Corolli and my fam. There's a fucking fly in my room now, and that's not gonna piss me off. That's actually better. I should just have not even. This is still a mood lighting. This book I didn't read this month. I read was it the first? It was the second book that I had read in the new reading journey that I'm on. Just reading hobby. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Sorry girl, I should have googled that before, but I read the book because this is a book I've been wanting to read because my mom has read this book and she said the book was always better than the movie, so the book probably a solid a 4.5 star for me, but it's up there. Chase, this guy named Chase gets found dead, kaput, and that's where it starts off, telling you the background of the murder, and then it kind of goes from a current timeline to a previous timeline, or a flashback timeline. The main character, who she's had a lot of turmoil in her life and a lot of story. It's a very tumultuous story, but I love the setting of the book. I've come to realize that I really like the setting of the book. If the setting of the book isn't for me, I'm not gonna love the book. Setting of this book, it's set in North Carolina marshes, swampy area, and it's just so good. Okay. So then we're gonna get into the books that I have read this month. So the next movie. The next book I read was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Let me tell you, this book was I've seen my fam, all the popular booktubers read it, and it sounds like my type of book because I love thrillers, I love slashers, I love horror, really anything. I love to scare myself. I don't know, my mom loves to do it, I love to do it. I love pain. That's what I like to know. That's a little weird. The book was so good. It kept you on your toes. It was very engaging. The plot twist at the end I liked. I didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite plot twist, but it was still great. This book, a 4.5 stars. So this would probably be at least in my top 5 too. Probably the best thriller book I've read so far. Oh my god, I need to breathe. The next book I read was Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and this book is a fairy tale fantasy book, and basically it's follows Evangeline, and read the back to you. Let's just read the back. So it says, Evangeline Fox has always believed in true love and happy endings until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Desperate to stop the wedding, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic, immortal Prince of Hearts. But she soon discovers that bargaining with the Prince of Hearts is a dangerous game. So yeah, that's the back of the book. Very good book. I love, not very world building, because a lot of like fantasy books can be very world building attached, like, because you have to, it's a fantasy book, like it's a completely different world to what we know, so like a lot of world building, a lot of set plot building. But this one didn't have a lot of it. It had more of the characters and the character development, and the characters like engages me more. This 4-star. Then the next book I read is the only Colleen Hoover book I've ever read, which is Verity. And I made sure, because now that I know about Colleen Hoover, she does like incest love, like that book Ugly Love. Trigger warning, it's incest love, so if you don't like that, don't pick up that book. This book is more of like a thriller that she wrote, and I think that I knew that I picked. This book is basically Lowen. She is a author writer. She's struggling, she's having a stum, her mom just passed, and she's like having to go through that time of like grief of her mother passing and trying to, you know, push forward into her life and push through. Finish Verity, this woman who is now like incapacitated somehow, and she has to go to this house where she lives to go finish like book series that she needs to finish, that she started but hasn't finished due to her being incapacitated and disabled and bedridden. So it's a very good book, very engaging. Love the ending too. The ending was very sweet, very like whole. This is like another solid 4-star too. So the next book I read is Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I love this book. This love K-romances. I'm gay, I'm queer, so like K-romances will most likely never get a 5-star from me, which, call me heterophobic, I don't fucking care. This book was just ate all the romances up. It is there's a lot of spice scenes in it, because every gay romance has a lot of spice, because I think people just think gay people are dirty sex pigs. A little homophobic, but it's okay. Love reading about spice scenes, so I don't need to. Okay, the next book I read was Same Time Next Summer. This book was honestly great. It was a great like little short, cute, breath of fresh air read. I loved where it was set. It was set in like New York, and like a lake up in New York, like a lake house. This follows Sam, which she like knows this boy Wyatt, like they had a relationship when they were teenagers, and they, you know, like drifted apart, and they come back to, you know, the beach house again in the island. Sam is now married and has, you know, relationships, so it's kind of like the drama and just the unfolding story between all of it, and like kind of Sam's self-discovery and kind of like a more personal realization, and how she actually like became a better person from the situation, and not just like, oh, I'm like a girl just going back to some man for like. Then the last book I read for this month, which I actually just finished yesterday, September 1st, and yesterday was October 31st, was One of Us Line by Karen M. McManus. And this book, it was very engaging, very fast paced, and it follows 4 different POVs, so you're like switching a lot. Like 5 people in detention, and only 4 come out. So there's a death and they witness it. All 4 of them are the suspects for this murder trial. I gave this book a 4-star 2, and I actually have the sequel already, so I'm probably gonna read that soon because I want to find out what happens. That is all the books I read this month. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys did, comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. So